Cobourg News Family Day Special on my outdoor rink starts right now.
Cobourg News Family Day Special starts right now. Winterfest, a family hit. There were so many events and activities to do this Family Day long weekend. Cobourg's Pink at the Rink raised over $2,000 to support cancer research. Callie Welton, the beaver tail lady, shows us how to make the addictive and delicious Canadian pastry.
Hello and welcome to Cobourg News Family Day Special. I am Graham Beer, and let me tell you, we have a packed show coming up. We are chatting with my dad, Garth Beer, and he will tell us how to make your own backyard rink and to have fun while doing so and to make it professional. And he has also some tips and tricks. We have all your news and highlights from all of the Family Day activities and events in Cobourg. Sheila Strawn is back for another lifestyle segment, and we are making some pasta and some delicious meals after you come from a winter activity. Also, we are at the Beaver Tail truck with Kelly Welton, and she shows us how to make that delicious and addictive pastry and all that and more. Now, you're watching Cobourg News. Now let's take a look at your news. It was a jam-packed family weekend in Cobourg with so much to see and do. Skating, wagon rides, a charity hockey game, and so much more. Many local and tourists had a lot of fun.
Just a bit. Uh-oh, what's going on now?
All right, we're going to get things started here. I need your help.
We like about Family Day that our whole family's here and nobody's at work really.
I actually just love that we're being able to do something fun with the community that's free for everyone and just a fun winter event.
And it's a fun way to celebrate Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we came from Toronto. This is our third time being here. In the last 2 times we went here for the Sandcastle, and this is the first time for the Winter Festival. Yeah, we like the free skate, we like the ice sculptures and Beaver Tail. Yeah, it's a nice city.
Happy Family Day!
Now that was an awesome weekend, and there were so many activities and a lot of people had fun. Now it was fairly cool, but a lot of people came out still, as it again was like down to -30 with the wind chill, so very cold. So thank you for everyone for coming out and enjoying all of the winter activities. The polar bear dip that the Northumberland Hills Hospital Auxiliary had planned for Valentine's Day is delayed 1 month to March 14th. Large snowfalls already on the ground are keeping town crews far too busy to clean up the beach, and as they're too busy to clean up, as they're cleaning up the sidewalks and roads. Now as well, organizers have been notified as the dangerous cold temperatures and snow. The polar bear dip last year was also canceled because of the dangerous ice conditions at the beach during what was an exceptionally harsh winter. In this case, organizers opted for a 1-month delay. Hold on, it just takes me a little bit to turn the page as we're outside on the rink. Okay, the Canadian flag has turned 50 years old. The flag anniversary was celebrated yesterday by the whole country and locally at the Legion in Cobourg. Dignitaries such as Mayor Gil Brockenier, Federal MP Adam Moulton, and MPP Lou Rinaldi was present to mark this occasion. Mark Buckle, the organizer of this event, said it was an opportunity to promote Canadian patriotism and heritage. The Cobourg Pipe Band and Bill Dickinson entertained the crowd. It was February 15th, 1965 when the Canadian leaf was raised for the first time on Parliament Hill. And yesterday, Governor General David Johnston unveiled a commemorative coin and stamp by marking the anniversary. The Cobourg Cougars' Pink at the Rink last Monday night was a huge success, raising over $2,000 for cancer research. The Cougars took on the Kingston Voyageurs, and Grace Bowen, the guest of honor at the game, she sang "O Canada" and dropped the puck to start. The 9-year-old was diagnosed last year with osteosarcoma, a cancerous tumor in her leg, which required chemotherapy at Sick Kids in Toronto. The CCC Bowl was packed with supporters wearing pink. And as I told you earlier, we sat down, well, we didn't sit down, we were in the Beavertail truck with Kelly Welton, and she showed us how to make the delicious and addictive pastry, and it is very popular throughout the town as the truck is at many different events. So let's take a look at the video. Well, we're here with Kelly Welton, the Beavertail lady.
Beaver lady, yay!
And so we are making a Beavertail. It's
Yes,
very
we are.
addicting and delicious, and there's so many options to have, and as you can see on your menu. So let's get started, Kelly.
Okay, well, as you know, Beavertails are truly Canadian. We're right up there with the Toronto Maple Leafs. What do you think of that? Yeah, yeah.
Better than the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Actually, we're more popular than the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm not going to lie. So what I'm doing right now is this is a whole wheat pastry.
Okay.
So I've stretched it into the shape of a beaver's tail.
Right.
So I'm now going to put it in the canola oil. And what happens is it float cooks. So it's not submersed, as you can see. It floats on top. So it's not like a French fry where it gets dunked in that grease. So what happens is, I'll get my little tongs here. I started one before you came. So what will happen is, this side is browned, so I'm just going to flip it over. Okay. Just give it a second. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, so I'll take it out of the canola oil, put it in my little pan. I'm going to make one for both of you, just so you know. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press it down just to get some of the hot canola oil off of it. I'm going to put hot butter on it, as hot as it is at minus 37 with the wind chill. And then I'm going to put it in the most popular one, which is cinnamon sugar. Who gets this one first?
I think I will.
You think you will? Voila.
Oh.
Your beaver tail.
Thank you. Okay, well, I'll try it.
Okay.
And then we'll make another one here.
We're going to make one for Judy.
Yes. My camera.
Don't you love it?
It is awesome.
Honestly. It's the best thing you've ever
So
had.
this is your most popular Beavertail?
Cinnamon sugar or the Killaloo Sunrise. The Killaloo Sunrise comes with a wedge of lemon, and this is where it all started, in Killaloo. Grant Hooker, he was the one that started the company. So between cinnamon sugar and Killaloo, those are our most popular. Then we go chocolate hazelnut, maple spread, which is absolutely delicious, apple cinnamon, score cheesecake, which is very, very popular, cream cheese icing, score bits, caramel. Triple Trip is chocolate, Reese's Pieces, and the peanut butter, and then we have the chocolate as well.
A lot of options since 1978.
Yes,
right.
Addicted since 1978. Absolutely.
Awesome. So Kelly, so where can people find you if they want your truck at an event, or how does that work?
Well, you can always find us on Facebook, or you can go to the Beavertails main site, beavertails.ca, beavertails.com, and there'll be different regions. Now, we own the territory of Cobourg as well as southwestern Ontario. So we travel Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, Stratford, but you can book us for a private event. Of course, numbers do play a big factor. You know, to start this truck up, it's not cheap. Yes. A nice Beavertail hat on, you're hired.
Awesome. Well, I will take that up.
There you
well,
go.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly.
You're
and,
welcome, Graham.
Well, obviously, we'll see you in the community as you're participating in so many events and
Absolutely.
throughout the whole year. So thank you again, Kelly, and that is an awesome Beavertail.
Thank you.
Those taste like so awesome, and Kelly Welton is awesome. It's just all awesome. And the Beavertail truck, if you want your event to have the Beavertail truck, you can contact Kelly Welton through Facebook, and they also have a Facebook page as well. Okay, well, also talking about food is Sheila Strawn with our next lifestyle segment. Sheila, how are you? I'm just gonna shift over here. There we go. I am doing great, and it is nice and warm out, Sheila, you know? It's just great. I hope you're warm and toasty in that studio. Yes, and we're having a good time out here. My dad's passing the puck around here and skating around. So, Sheila, what are we making for our next lifestyle segment? Oh, well, that sounds awesome. And, you know, we haven't done a lot of lifestyle segments, and we've kind of touched all the different areas and aspects of different meals and appetizers and stuff like that. So I can't wait, Sheila. And I guess we're going to do that in 2 minutes. So stay with us on Cobourg News as we are doing our Family Day special.
And say something, I'm giving up on you. You know, say how they've been touched and moved by the music. So that's huge. I mean, that's bigger than anything else that could happen, you know. So it's gratifying. It's very gratifying. You're the one that I love. I'm singing the angel far away. Say something. Oh, it's fun. It's all, I'm enjoying it all. I haven't seen any bad parts to it yet, so it's just been fun.
I'm Graham. You're here in front of Victoria Hall, Cobourg News. I'm Graham. You're a very long line, but enjoying all of this great music.
It's very, very flattering, and thank you all of Cobourg. We decided to film the opening sequence here in downtown.
We've come together as a community for jazz.
We're about to celebrate a nice day and Stanley Cup victory in Cobourg.
I'm Graham. Okay, welcome back to Cobourg News. We have Sheila Strawn here finally now in our studio. Nice and warm.
Cozy down here. How are you warming up at all? Or?
Yeah, I am,
okay,
yes.
Good.
So Sheila, we are making pasta or some sort of that.
We are making one pot pasta. So the crock pot can be your best friend in a day like this when you're out skating, you want to come in, but that's not always feasible. So this is a quick, easy, delicious recipe that we're going to whip up today. So guess what the first thing we need with one pot pasta would be?
Pasta.
And
a bowl.
A pot.
A pot.
A pot. Okay, so here's our one pot. But you know what, I'm going to put that out of the way because we're going to be cooking up. So, measurements really matter with baking, not too much with cooking. However, in this recipe, because it all cooks in one pot, you have to be right. So you have to get it right on. So, we have 350 grams of pasta. So, spaghetti cooks easily, so we're going to do that. If you would like to pour those tomatoes in, that is 28 ounces of tomatoes. Just dump the whole thing in. I know, it's very disconcerting. We're not used to cooking pasta this way.
Yes.
Perfect. We're going to add 4 liters of chicken broth, so either homemade or boxed. If you're using the box, it's about a box and then maybe about 1/3 of a cup extra. Okay, so we'll just move this out of the way. We're going to cut up an onion. Now, traditionally the recipe cuts for it to be in slices, and then the slices end up being similar width and texture to the pasta. However, if you have children in the house, you might want to disguise your onions. The onions are critical. However, not everybody loves them, right?
That's right.
So,
I'm not a big fan of onions.
no, but you know what?
Really adds a taste
You would miss them. Absolutely, you would miss them if they were not in this recipe. So, we're going to toss an onion right in the pot, okay? We also need a lot of garlic, so I'll get going on the garlic. If you can add in, that's 2 tablespoons of oregano, and it's usually 4 cloves of garlic, but these are really big. So we're going to go, those are nice, big, colossal heads of garlic. So Are you a garlic fan? Or
Again, I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff.
oh goodness.
Well, actually, I it depends. Like, I like garlic bread.
Okay.
But then there's other garlics that I'm not a big fan of.
Okay. Well, again, you would miss it if you didn't have it. And because all the flavors are getting melded together, you really want that in there. So you know what? I'm pretty generous with my garlic, so we're going to toss all of that.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Usually, sometimes you ask me, and I say, "Oh no, I don't like it." But I'm not a picky eater. But there's some stuff that you bring in, and
it's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
Okay, so we'll take a look. We have pasta, we have tomatoes, we have chicken broth, onion, garlic. I'm going to throw a little salt in there, and it's the kosher salt. Okay, we're going to put that in. We're going to put a nice drizzle of olive oil, a couple tablespoons or so full, right over that whole thing. And that is it. That goes on the stove for 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes.
Okay, and we are going to probably stir it every couple of minutes just to keep it from sticking.
Awesome.
As I said, very unusual that we're not cooking pasta, draining it, and adding a sauce. But what happens is that the starches come out of the pasta and collect with the broth and the tomatoes and make a lovely kind of warm sauce. So while that's happening, we're going to get our toppings. So basil is critical to this recipe. So I would say probably about half of this or so. And you can get finicky with julienning your basil, but I'm not too fancy. So usually we'll just do a bit of a dice. And this is really very important. It will not taste the same without it. It'll taste good, but kind of plain. And we need some Parmesan cheese. So what I've done, oh, look at that. It's coming along nicely. Let me just plate up a little bit. And there we go.
Our imaginary Cobourg News oven.
There you go. It's amazing. Our studio is very well equipped.
That's right.
It does not look like much. Okay, but remember that all the spaghetti has been infused with all the flavors of the broth. I'm going to put a little basil on top. I'd probably do a couple. I didn't bring any with me today, but in addition to the Parmesan cheese, a couple of nice grinds of black pepper. Okay, and see how that goes. And then the rest, you can throw it right into the pot. You can sprinkle it. Really, it's up to you. So would you like to give it a try? Do you want me to hold that for you? Okay.
I know it's hard with the additional microphone today.
It's
but
very simple. You can get all the ingredients together, leave it on the stove, and then as soon as you come in after your skate, just turn it on and let it go for 10 minutes.
That's
so
great.
What are we thinking?
It is awesome.
It's very simple, but the flavors are really rich in this recipe.
Sorry about that.
I'll take it as a good sign that he had a second bite. So
that's right. Now I've had a variety of excuse me. I've had a variety of foods today, from beaver tails to this pasta.
Yeah,
so it's a great
covering all your food groups.
That's right. And I was making it with Kelly Welton, and she is awesome with making it. And there's so many different kinds of beaver tails.
I know. And you can tell her passion, right? She
that's
really
right.
Loves what she does.
Just like you.
Well, thank you.
Anyway, and you can tweet Sheila at SStrawn1 if you have any questions about all of our dishes here on Cobourg News. Well, we're going to take a break. I'm talking with my dad, Garth Beer, about how to make a backyard rink. That's coming up next on Cobourg News Family Day Special. I looked at the wrong...
You had one word to describe Cobourg, what would it be?
Energy. Lots of energy in the town, lots of activities. Look at all the stuff that's going on in June. There's lots of energy and vibrancy in life. So I'd say energy.
And what's your most favorite thing about Cobourg?
Something I love about Cobourg is right here, the market. Coming down on a Saturday morning, hitting the farmer's market, going across and getting some fresh bread and cheese, and just seeing the energy and the life of the downtown. I love the downtown area.
It would be comfortable.
What's your favorite place in Cobourg?
I paddle on the water, so to be near the lake is my favorite spot.
Friendly. The waterfront.
Fun.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Relax at the beach.
Oh my gosh, go to all the restaurants. I have a list.
You took mine. So going to the beach.
If you had one word to describe Cobourg, what would it be?
One word to describe Cobourg would be home, because I grew up here and it will always be home no matter where I live, and I love coming back here, and as much as Cobourg changes, it always seems to stay the same, and that's wonderful to come home to. My most favorite part of Cobourg would be the streets. Not just the homes, but the way the streets look and all the trees and the beautiful gardens. And it's just the way Cobourg looks. It's the streets are so welcoming and it's a great place to walk.
My home.
Downtown.
If you had one word to describe Cobourg, what would it be?
It would be wonderful. I've lived here all my life. It's been wonderful from day one, and it's still wonderful today.
Thank you. And what is your favorite place in Cobourg?
I don't think there's one particular favorite place. I think the town, as I mentioned earlier, has always been a very special place. People have always been friendly. It's nice to walk downtown and be able to speak to a neighbor or just someone you know. And it's retained its small town feeling despite the fact that it's grown somewhat.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We are out on the backyard rink, and for the people who don't know, this is my dad, Garth Beer, and if you didn't know this on Cobourg News, you'd probably know him as he's out working day in and day out, right, Dad?
Oh yeah, it takes a lot of time, yeah, a lot of patience.
Yeah, and so you have been around town, and you're a guy who's out and about, and but you're also a guy working on the rink.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Now, we have been doing this rink, well, we didn't do it last year, but we've been doing this rink for how many years now?
Well, at least 6 or 7. We took a couple years off because of the weather, but yeah, you got to keep an eye on the weather, and if the weather's no good, well, you're wasting your time.
That's right, and it's perfect weather this year because it's like minus 20 degrees out every day.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
So, Dad, what are some of your tips and tricks? Sorry, we have a big rink, and we have a big yard to put the ice on. But what are some of your tips and tricks for any size of a rink?
Well, like I said before, you keep an eye on the weather, and when you first start, it's good to roll out the little bit of snow that you have, say about 5 or 6 inches.
Flatten it,
and then keep your eye on the weather and make sure it's cold. And what we do is we put a sprinkler on for about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, to get the crust.
And you can move the sprinkler around. So keep an eye, depending on how big the rink is, keep an eye on it. And yeah, so minus 7 degrees is great, and then at night it gets, a lot colder. So yeah, you got to keep an eye on the temperatures for sure. So, and then move your sprinkler on, like I said, 3 or 4 times. And then you can just use the garden hose and then fill in the low spots and keep doing that. And yeah, so within probably a week and a half, I would say, you're skating.
Yes, and fairly flat and even our rink is.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, like every flood, it gets better and better. And as you skate on it, any bumps that are on there, it takes them off. So just enjoy it and have fun.
Yes. Now, like at Canadian Tire, there's kits, and you can put plastic down on the ground. We don't do that.
No, I tried that. When you're a lot younger, of course. But in the summer or in when it gets like summer out, it's the heat and from the sun. It gets. And if it hits the plastic in your high spots where you don't have as much ice, it melts it and cracks it and kind of wrecks it. That's what I found. So I depend a lot on, the coldness and do it our way.
And you can also put boards up. Now, we don't have any boards because our rink is so big. How big is it, Dad?
Oh, I don't know. It'd be, 120 feet long by probably 70 feet wide.
Yeah, so we have a huge rink, and we've enjoyed it every year, and we have a lot of skating parties and have fun with it, don't we?
Yes, we do, yeah, and at night, we got a light at night, and yeah, so we enjoy it. Nighttime's best, really, because you can have a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah, we've skated at midnight even with this awesome big light. You get some spotlights and floodlights, really light up the rink, and you just have a great time.
Yeah, yeah, and everybody seems to enjoy it at nighttime, and yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. Just enjoy yourself. Sometimes skate, and we can use our sticks and play hockey. We got a couple of nice nets now, and that were donated by a neighbor, and yeah, so it's everything's good.
It's a really a community and neighborhood experience when you have a backyard rink.
Yeah, it's great, great, and you get to be outside, and it's
yeah, have some fresh air and have fun.
Yeah,
fresh air.
And when I was growing up, there was a lot of kids in the area, not so much now, but yeah, so everybody chips in, and you know, and when there's lots of snow like that we've had, you know, I get the snow blower out on the rink, and you know, and then after that you can take the rest off with your skates and skate around. Yeah.
Okay, well, Judy, if you want to zoom out, we're actually going to just pass the puck around, and I'm just going to put the mic down. But we're going to take a short break on Cobourg News. Stay with us. Well, we are back out on the rink, and we are with my Cobourg News family and with my real family, of course. So, Sheila, what'd you do for Family Day weekend?
You know what? We lay pretty low. It was awfully cold this weekend, Graham.
That's right.
So went down, and I quite like the ice xylophone down at the rink.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I did see that,
Yeah, that was pretty neat. So other than that, lots of time with family and inside, a little bit of cooking, a little bit of knitting, a little bit of reading. Yeah, all good stuff. How about you?
Well, we were down at the rink, and we were checking all of the things out. But again, yeah, just hanging low and just relaxing. That's what Family Day is all about.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, we did, and you and your mother and I, we went downtown for dinner and had a nice Valentine's dinner. And
yes, that's right.
Yeah, we didn't take you this time.
No, I know. You know, you didn't.
You guys got some time on your hands.
That's right. And many people came to us and sent us an email to tell us what they were spending and how they were spending their Family Day weekend. So actually, Kelly Welton, the Beaverdale lady, she's an active Cobourg Media viewer. So she sent us this picture, what she was doing during the Family Day weekend, and she was, let us guess, selling beaver tails. So there she is, nice and cold and freezing in the beaver tail truck.
But that's good for business, right? Like people want a hot, tasty pastry when they've been out skating.
And actually, Judy and I were in there earlier this morning filming that segment, and there's a heater in there, so that's
okay. So we won't feel too bad.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that wraps up our Cobourg News Family Day special. We had a lot of fun. We reviewed the news and some of the events this weekend. We also had a look at how the beaver tail is made, and we also had a lesson of pasta, right, Sheila, to have after out on the rink.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. And we also learned how to make a backyard rink.
Yeah, it's all basically trial and error, really, just a little water and cold.
That's right. Okay, and I think that wraps our show up. Again, I want to thank our wonderful viewers for always sticking to watching us and following us. And you can follow us on Twitter at GB Cobourg News, and you can check Cobourg Media up and Cobourg News on Facebook and Instagram, and on our website www.cobourgnews.org. I want to thank our wonderful guests, my dad Garth Beer and Sheila Strawn, and we'd like to thank our crew, Judy Campney, our camera lady and videographer. She is freezing, but she is still outside. So thank you to Judy. And in the nice, toasty, and warm control room, Hunter Strawn. So thank you very much to everyone for your help. And it was a great broadcast, so thank you very much. Okay, thank you so much for watching Cobourg News Family Day Special. Yes,
I'm going to get out of the way.
Okay, you skate.